Hi guys, how you doing? Did you have a good week? Let me think. I had a little bit crazy week. I was running and running and running and running. I've been doing that a lot lately, running. And then sometimes I'm running and I bump into things. Did you ever have that happen to you? I think so. And then I was thinking about the snow, and I saw on the radio, I heard on the radio, they were talking about snow and how it kind of forces you to slow down. So I kind of thought, what does that mean? What is that for me and for us? Does it mean that we have to slow down? And how do we know when to slow down? So I looked it up, because that's what I do. And I looked it up in the Bible, and guess what? There's a story about it. I know. And the story is my story. I think we all have a story. Colleen has a story. We talk about it a lot. Everybody can relate to something from the Bible. And this one always hit me. It always hit me. And so the story is Martha and Mary. And it comes from Luke chapter 10, and it's verses 38 through 42. So it says, as Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to the village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet, listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. And she came to him and said, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do this work all by myself? Tell her to help me. Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what's better, and it will not be taken from her. Now, see, when I read this story, I am not Mary. I am Martha, because I am the one who's always doing things, always moving. And I have a hard time listening. So this past 2 weeks, I've been home because we had to quarantine, and I didn't get to walk. And when I didn't walk, I didn't pray. And when I didn't pray, I got a little bit more anxious and a little bit more scared. So I was thinking, there's two women in this story, and they're sisters, and they love each other. And they're good people, both of them. And they kind of show us both sides of this. So sometimes we need to slow down. And sometimes we need to work hard. Sometimes we need to listen to God. And sometimes we need to do what he's telling us to do. So how do we know when to work hard? How do we know when we're supposed to be moving around? Maybe when things aren't getting done. Maybe when we're not meeting the needs of the people that we're supposed to be meeting the needs of. Maybe when we didn't eat dinner because we weren't really paying attention. But what to me is more important, what to me is what I have to work on, is how do I know when it's time to slow down? How do I know when I'm running too fast? And there's some really, really physical things that'll happen. Like, I was in the classroom today, and I'm running to go in another room, and I tripped over a cord and pulled it out of the wall. That would say to me, Kath, slow down. When I'm running down the hallway and I trip, or I bump into a wall, or I get hurt, or I hit my hip on the counter. When I have anxiety and fear because I didn't have time to pray, I didn't have time to listen to God and to be aware of what he's putting in my world. So what does this mean? Was Mary the better person? Was Mary better than Martha? I think what God is saying is, don't compare yourselves. You each have different roles to play at this point. But I also think there's a balance. We know that God has made this world to balance, right? We have boys and girls. We have people of all types, people who can do different jobs, people who are here for a reason and different reasons. Maybe what we need is down to basics. We need a couple of things. We need time to be able to do our work. We need time to be able to play and enjoy. And we need time to slow down and listen to God. So what do? We think about it. If we're bumping into things, if I'm pulling cords out of the wall, if I'm trying to get to work through the snow and I slip, maybe I'm moving too fast. Maybe I'm more like Martha. If I'm not getting things done, maybe I need to do a little bit more. I don't think that's Mary. I think Mary did what she needed to do. I think Martha does what she needs to do. I think that this was a time for Jesus to teach us. There's a time to calm down and there's a time to do your work. Just have to kind of figure it out and try to keep that balance. So if you're feeling like you're not getting stuff done, see if you can get it done. If you're feeling like you're just overwhelmed, then stop. Stop right where you are and talk to God. And then you could do the stuff we talk about all the time. You can see the animals. You can watch the sun. You can feel the warmth or feel the cold. You can enjoy the snow. If it's too much, if you're overwhelmed, it's too much going on, stop and listen and pray. If you can't handle what's happening, pray. And continue to do your work and continue to move and be okay with who you are. Just let's find a balance. Maybe that's what I need to do this week, find a balance. It's hard right now. It's hard to find a balance because there's so many things that are complicating what we have to normally do, like our job or our school. But God said He's there for us, and He's listening, and we kind of know that. So let's do that. When it gets a little overwhelming, slow down. And when you're in a good place and you know you want to get things done and you're ready to make a good dinner or you're ready to fix the car or go on a trip, then do it. Enjoy life and find the balance. That's all. Find the balance and listen to God. Try it this week. See if it helps. All right? Because this isn't going to end. After this pandemic, even if it ends, which who knows, there's going to be other things. There's always stuff. But we'll be okay. All right? Enjoy your week and slow down. I love you. Miss you a lot. But we'll be together soon. Take care.